Which of these is not a famous brand of walking boots? Which of these substances has the greatest density? Lead, balsa wood, water. In which of these might you find a wishbone? Which of these accessories is sculpted into Mount Rushmore? Nose ring, cowboy hat, pin snares. Which of these does not form part of a triathlon? Running, swimming, horse riding. Which of these is not a comic book superhero? Captain Marvel, Captain Sensible. Which of these is a lake rather than a river? Soar, Ouse, Windermere. Which of these is not a species of... George Frederick Handel was renowned as which of these horse races does not feature jumps? Grand National. Which of these means to follow a winding course? Which of these is not one of the Kardashian, Jenner clan? Kylie, Kim, Katrina. What form of dancing developed around hip-hop music? Belly. Which of these is a South American rodent? Mandrill, capuchin, coipu. Which of these is a popular type of French mustard? Rouen, Dijon, Lyon. Mark Billingham is best known for... Which of these footballers was capped Fering? Which of these popular TV series appeared for... Which of these did not live to be 100? Queen Mother, Bruce Forsyth, George Burns. What Led Zeppelin song was a Top of the Pops theme tune? Stairway to Heaven, Black. Which of these materials is man-made? Nylon. Which of these artists was American? And which singer married Sam Asghari in... What sort of weapon is a cudgel? Romeo and Juliet was a 1981 hit single for which band? A foot is a unit of what? A foot is a unit of what? Resistance, acceleration, illumination. What type of hat is worn by Paddington Bear? What does the B represent in the radio acronym DAB? The Titanic was launched by what shipping company? The Titanic was launched by what shipping company? Blue Line, Gold Standard, White Star. Luke Hemmings is the lead vocalist in which band? The word game Hangman inspired which game show? Who is the artistic partner of Turner Prize-winning Gilbert? Who is the artistic partner? The Paisley Gateway is an entrance at what football ground? Aspirin is a compound derived from what acid? Aspirin is a compound derived from what acid? In 1903 Barney Oldfield set what automobile speed record? In 1903 Barney Oldfield set what automobile speed record? 2-minute mile, 3-minute mile, 1-minute mile. What was the first album released by Oasis? What was the first album released by Oasis? Heathen Chemistry, Be Here Now, Definitely Maybe. Which Muppet character often plays the banjo? Which footballer was nicknamed the Non-Flying Dutchman? Which footballer was nicknamed the Non-Flying Dutchman? Marco van Basten, Dennis Bergkamp, Johan Cruyff. Dyspraxia is a condition that affects what? What part of the body is commonly known as your pins? What is the most economically important bean in the world? Who played Thomas Cromwell in the BBC drama, Wolf Hall? Which comedy duo had a #1 single with The Stonk? Which comedy duo had a #1 single with The Stonk? Trevor and Simon, little and large, Hale and Pace. What is the smallest species of seal? What is the smallest species of seal? In what decade did the FIFA World Cup not take place? In what decade did the FIFA World Cup not take place? 1950s, 1940s, 1930s. How high is the London Eye? On TV, who were Flegel, Bingo, Drooper and Snorky? Complete the saying, all things come to those who, what? Entertainer Bing Crosby died just after finishing what? Entertainer Bing Crosby died just after finishing what? A Sudoku puzzle, a full English breakfast, a round of golf. A male mallard has what color bill?